The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pleb is back. In this report, we're going to talk about what's happening in the world right now, from Greenland to Mark Carney at the WEF to Justin Trudeau getting confronted in the streets of Davos. You won't want to miss this report. Stick around. Before we start this report, if you are subscribed to this channel, all I'm asking is double check that you're still subscribed. I'm still hearing it in the comments from people who saying they got unsubscribed from my channel. And if you are a based individual and you're not subscribed already, smash that subscribe button because you found a new home. All right, so you guys are probably wondering, where have you been, Pleb, for the last week? And I want to let you guys know that I actually have been doing something incredibly productive. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard on social media that I'm coming to the Conservative Convention next week. Yes, I'm coming back to Alberta, and it's my first time ever in Calgary. And the coolest part about this convention is that every single one of your favorite YouTubers, influencers, are all going to be in the same place at the same time. Now, it's really cool that we're all in the same place at the same time, but here's the thing with the convention. It's actually really expensive to attend. We're talking anywhere between $1,000 to almost $2,000 just to get in this convention. Not every single person can afford that, but I actually had a pretty brilliant idea. I said to myself, it's really rare that all these big online content creators are going to be in the same place at the same time. Now, the convention is unaffordable for the average person, but I said, how about we give something back to the people? Why don't we throw a free party open to the public for all the fans to come and attend and meet me, meet Mario, meet Jasmine Lane, and the many, many more guests that are coming to this party. Now, tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to release the official poster with all the names and the venue, and I'm telling you, what you're about to see is going to blow your mind. And the best part about this is that I'm going to do an IRL live stream on this channel. I'm going to stream the whole party. So for those of you who are out in Nova Scotia, Australia, Europe, any part of the country where you cannot actually attend this party in Calgary, I will be live streaming it for the people. So yes, folks, a free party open to the public, given back to the people to meet their favorite creators. We don't get to do this often, and I promise you, next Saturday, this party is going to blow your mind. Okay, enough with the party. Let's actually get into what's happening in the world right now. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you've heard the news that China now owns Canada because our country has a bunch of liberal boomers with TDS who hate Trump so bad that they would rather do deals with human rights abusers and dictators like this than actually repairing our relationship with the United States. Now, I put out this viral tweet here the other day explaining as simply as I could the way I understand geopolitics about this entire Greenland situation. I can see that the United States is probably concerned with China moving in on their border, and this is the reason they need Greenland so bad. I don't support them actually using military to acquire Greenland, but if the United States wants to buy Greenland without any bloodshed, any war, I'm totally fine with it. Now, I don't understand how the left doesn't see this as a genuine threat. I'm like legitimately scared at the direction of our country. You don't get in bed with a country like China, who jails Canadian citizens at random and uses them as political pawns. They spy on us. They steal our intellectual material. These are not good partners. But Mark Carney said, F it. My base hates Trump. Let's find someone else to do business with and launch the New World Order. And our friend Red Pill North made this video to introduce Mark Carney's New World Order. This right here is a masterpiece. It's RPN's best video ever. Z with the toothpick.
All right, shut up. Shut up, everyone. Listen up, Canadians. Me and my man here, Razor Z.
Razor Z.
Ain't that right, Brother Z? That's right, man.
Mang.
The Markomania and Razor Z has decided it's time to form a new world.
The Markomania forming the New World Order.
And the best part, there's nothing you can do about it.
Look at his face. Oh my God. His face as as the music breaks. This is all. Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I like those signs. I'm a little biased, but those signs are awesome. And I love how he adds all the content creators to the signs. That's a beautiful touch here.
Well, look who it is. It's Yin and frickin' Yang.
Yin and Yang.
But I don't see a Yin in sight, just two Yangs yanging around. Just kidding, boys. I just wanted to congratulate you on your New World Order deal.
The New World Order.
Thanks, Pierre 316. We need more floor crossers. Would you like to join us?
They're trying to make Pierre cross the floor. This is brilliant writing.
Here's your answer.
Stunner! Stunner! He gave him the stunner. The most brutal move in wrestling, okay? The most lethal finish. That, wow. Instead of a beer, he's going to eat an... Okay, this is... Wow. Wow. Absolute cinema. Now, the reason the New World Order is now in Canada has everything to do with these people. I like to call them the elbozos, okay? The elbows up boomers, the age demographic in this country who watches the mainstream media, the age demographic, may I say, that is most likely to fall for a telemarketing scam or a Nigerian prince in their email. Well, guess what? Mark Carney's absolutely crushing it with this people. This is where he gets the most support. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. But if you guys want to know who these elbows up boomers are, the elbozos, my friend the National Roast will explain it to you in this video. Sit down, kids. We're about to learn about Canada, okay? Sounds like a National Geographic documentary. Or Canadian moment. I remember that sound from when I was a kid. The elbozo, liberalis fanaticus.
The elbozo, or liberalis fanaticus, is a hardy, long-lived species commonly found in the settled region.
Liberalis fanaticus. Even he came up with a scientific name for this here.
hardy, long-lived species commonly found in the settled regions of eastern Canada, though sightings persist even in the West. This boomer subspecies has adapted remarkably well to stable habitats, paid-off mortgages, cushy pensions, and reliable access to Canadian Liberal Party talking points brought to them by the CBC. Notice the distinctive behavior, the rhythmic flopping of elbows up and down in unison, often performed in groups during moments of high agitation. The signature call rings out clear and insistent, elbows up, a rallying cry that echoes across lawns, community halls, and comment sections alike.
Comment sections.
Elbozos display an extraordinary focus.
I love how they have the narrator using my word elbozos. Like it's an official term.
Community halls, and comment sections alike. Elbozos display an extraordinary focus on external threats, particularly the distant figure of Donald Trump, whom they perceive as a greater threat than any domestic challenge. Its attention to the affordability struggles of younger Canadians remains limited. Having long secured its own nesting site and food cache, the Elbozo prioritizes the preservation of established comforts.
That's true.
It derives much of its worldview from a single, trusted source, the CBC, consuming daily broadcasts with the same steady dedication the beaver shows to its dam. Ever seen an Elbozo? Well, look, here it is now, elbows flapping vigorously in defense of the status quo. For a more complete story of Elbozos, why not contact the Canadian Wildlife Service in Ottawa?
Oh, that's so funny. I told National Roast this week, I said, you need to start making videos. Okay? You're amazing at Photoshop, so you got to do videos. And he's putting out videos now. And this stuff is just absolutely brilliant, man. I knew this would be good. Now let's move things over to the WEF, where none other than disgraced Prime Minister Justin Trudeau made an appearance, and guess what? He was confronted in the streets of Davos. Now, Ezra Levant was able to catch up with him in a video that he will put out shortly, I believe. This 12-second clip already has 560,000 views in a few hours, so needless to say, the people want to see this interview for sure, but here's a preview.
What do you make of the Federal Court of Appeal upholding the ruling that your martial law was illegal? They said you violated...
It's good to see you, Ezra.
What do you make of the...
Okay, so that's a preview of Rebel News' catching up with him in Davos. And the internet always has a good time roasting Justin Trudeau, and this footage was no exception, as the National Roast puts Katy Perry in an astronaut outfit and Trudeau in blackface. So yes, I'm looking forward to the Rebel News clip confronting Justin Trudeau, but another journalist by Vox Populi Media was able to confront Trudeau in the streets of Davos, and it went a little something like this.
Human rights of those who didn't want to get vaccinated. Yet some people have died as a result of this. Is that really a smirking matter?
Why you push the Canada to vaccinate the people?
Pushing disinformation the way you have.
What is disinformation?
Irresponsible.
What, that people have died?
People in Canada to vaccinate.
I'm sorry, but that's
the COVID vaccine.
But that's not misinformation. My old cameraman's mother actually.
Them and you pushed them into jail.
My old cameraman's mother actually died after complications from the COVID vaccine. So is that misinformation?
Damn, this other journalist from Germany called out Arthur Pawlowski, him like jailing pastors during COVID. He really was a tyrant, like a terrible, terrible tyrant. And the sickest part is that there's like no repercussions. He just gets to live his best life, date Katy Perry. He completely destroyed the country. There's like no consequences. Life is good for Trudeau. It sickens me. And just look at this asshole, or pardon my language, this jerk beside him just laughing, you know, these WEF lizards.
Oh, now you're laughing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Trudeau, could I ask you a few questions, please?
No, sorry.
Oh, come on. It's the spirit of dialogue is the theme of the WEF this year.
Is it?
Well, given that we now know that the lockdown measures in Canada were wrong, you want to take the opportunity to at least admit that and say sorry to those who are affected? Come on, just, it's okay to get things wrong as long as, like I said to Tony Blair, it's okay to get things wrong as long as you admit as such when you get the opportunity. Like, do you not want to take that opportunity? Because not speaking kind of speaks volumes. Or I could maybe frame it. Ignore my question.
Choice to not talk to you.
Deliberate choice. Why not? Why don't you want to talk to a free press?
He's so fake. He's such a fake POS. Look at that fake smile as the person passes
Why don't
him
you
here.
want to talk to a free press?
Look at that. Look at that. It's like, oh my God.
Okay, how about ignore this question if your lockdown measures were authoritarian and wrong? No, nothing?
Mr. Trudeau, why are you pushing LGBTQ so hard? You don't believe in traditional values?
Fundamental human rights.
Oh. He can answer the questions about LGBT though, right?
Creation of God,
It's a
man
fundamental
and
human
woman.
rights that they lock people up.
The Bible says he created the humans as man and woman. What are you thinking about that? Man and woman.
You wanted to ban the unvaccinated.
Some of these questions are pretty ridiculous. Like, I'm really looking forward to Ezra Levant grilling him because I know it's going to be good with Ezra. These guys, half of these questions are bullshit, but it is entertaining. I like watching him squirm.
From public transport. Do you accept that that was a wrong call?
Do you believe in the Bible or not?
No.
Do you think there's a creator who will judge you after death? Can you sleep at night? Or are you worried about what is coming about you?
My cameraman producer makes a good point there that you mentioned LGBT rights are fundamental human rights, but you could argue fundamental human rights means living in a free, civilized society without having to get vaccinated against your choice. Do you not think what you said then is contradictory?
That's a good question.
Family is the most important part of society. Why you want to destroy that?
Justin, you started smirking then when I asked you a question about how the fundamental human rights of those who didn't want to get vaccinated. Yet some people have died as a result of this. Is that really a smirking matter?
Why you pushed Canada to vaccinate the
Pushing
people?
disinformation the way you have.
What is
actually
disinformation?
Irresponsible.
What, that
Why
people
you
have
pushed
died?
people in Canada to vaccinate
I'm sorry, but
the COVID vaccine.
But that's not misinformation. My old cameraman's
They
mother
wanted
actually.
freedom and you pushed them into jail.
My old cameraman's
Also,
mother
Pastor Artur
actually
Pawlowski.
died after complications from the COVID vaccine. So is that misinformation?
This
Oh,
guy's
no.
still laughing. This little weasel right here is still laughing. They think it's funny.
You're laughing.
My friend.
It's,
Danger of the COVID vaccine. You forced your people to take the vaccine. Can you sleep good with that on your shoulders? Many people died because of the vaccine.
yeah, but he should.
Can you tell?
No, but he should talk. Why do you want to back this up? But do you not feel uncomfortable, like, protecting this man from questions after the things that he's done?
Good question.
I'm not looking for a story. No, I'm not looking for a story. I'm wanting him just to answer questions that ordinary, everyday people want answering, and you're actually trying to stop me from doing that.
You happy to take the...
Does it not make you feel uncomfortable? Do you? I'm not creating a story. What story am I creating? I'm asking questions.
I'm saying that I'm trying to stop you.
Well, no, I'm saying.
I said he doesn't want to talk to you, so don't put words in my mouth.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I accept that. But why? My point is, why are you trying to stand in the way of us? Why are you trying to stop me from asking these questions? Why do you not want
What
me to?
about Pastor Artur Pawlowski? You put him
How
in
much do
jail.
they pay for this sort of? See, this is what the WEF is all about. The liberal elites, the ones who ruin your everyday life with the decisions they made that line their pockets. Yet when you ask them simple questions, they have no answer.
Quite the scenes here at the WEF this year, but nothing was quite weirder than Macron showing up in sunglasses in this weird video that Mark Carney posted here. Look at this. This is just weird. Yes, so Macron is at the WEF with his sunglasses, and I think we all know the reason why. Because we all remember this clip of Macron getting beaten up by his wife last summer. Oh, wow. Oh. Poor guy. He's being abused. Wow. So yes, Macron showed up to the WEF this year looking like a character from GTA the video game, or as Steven Taylor says, dressed up as Pierre Poilievre. I'll let you guys decide that one. And I normally wouldn't play any clips of Macron here on the show, but for comedic reasons, just look how ridiculous he looks in sunglasses on the stage of the WEF. Just look at this.
And it's not a time for new imperialism or new colonialism. This is a time of cooperation in order to fix these three global challenges for our fellow citizens.
This doesn't even feel real. This is comedy right here, folks. Absolute comedy. The brutal, the beaten husband shows up to the WEF with most likely a black eye from his wife. And in our last clip from the WEF of the night, let's move things over to Mark Carney, who was in town, ready to give a speech to all his elitist friends, all his old buddies, by the way. It's like summer camp for the elites here. And at the WEF, he was announcing his new plan for the New World Order that includes China and not the United States. Only 1 minute, chat. We'll get through this. We'll get through this.
We understand that this rupture calls for more than adaptation. It calls for honesty about the world as it is. We are taking the sign out of the window. We know the old order is not coming back. We shouldn't mourn it. Nostalgia is not a strategy. But we believe that from the fracture, we can build something bigger, better, stronger, more just. This is the task of the middle powers. The countries that have the most to lose from a world of fortresses and the most to gain from genuine cooperation. The powerful have their power. But we have something too. The capacity to stop pretending, to name reality, to build our strength at home, and to act together. That is Canada's path. We choose it openly and confidently, and it is a path wide open to any country willing to take it with us. Thank you very much.
Absolutely sickening, in my opinion, because you can't convince me that this whole trade war thing is real. You can't convince me that the liberals actually discussed trade deals in good faith. This was good for them politically. Donald Trump brought them back from the dead. And now they have their new boogeyman. They had their boogeyman during the COVID era that got them elected. Now they have Trump to use as a boogeyman. It's kind of insane to me that the left can't seem to win without scaring people. I'm really looking forward to a day where our political leaders actually inspire people instead of just fear-mongering and getting people to vote out of fear. I want a leader who can actually get Canadians to vote out of hope. And you know what? Spare me the anger, okay, of this whole Greenland situation. Look, Trump, I'm not saying Trump is a saint here, but I'll say this. To watch the entire establishment push all of their blame over to Donald Trump, when the liberals spent the last 10 years in this country destroying the country, making us weaker, not focusing on our military, making our country go completely woke, putting all their focus in the wrong things, not actually building pipelines that would have actually given us leverage in this situation. The liberals are the reason we are in this mess. And to go and blame all this anger or shift the anger to Trump instead of the liberals who put us in this position of weakness absolutely drives me crazy. And the fallback from this speech, or the reaction from the left-wing crowd, especially the leftist media, is really, really gross to me. Like, they're treating Mark Carney like it's Mozart composing one of his symphonies, his speech at the WEF. I'm not even kidding. Robin Urbach had this to say, calling it an excellent, necessary speech. And there's so much glazing from the media today. It's honestly gross. But this review really takes the cake from Gary Mason, okay, over at the Globe and Mail, saying this. This is inarguably one of the most important speeches a Canadian PM has ever given. I hope the world stands up and takes notice. Incredibly impressive and gutsy. Could he glaze him any harder? Now, if you guys don't know Gary Mason is an elbows up media operative here in Canada, a sycophantic, completely to the left reporter here, who absolutely got blasted the other day because he's one of those reporters who says, you gotta boycott the United States. But if you look underneath this post here, and one of the funniest things I've ever seen on X, look at this. Look at all these replies to his tweet here. As Gary Mason, a contributor over at CBC, calling in live from Palm Springs, California. Yes, the elbows up boomer is getting absolutely cooked here in the comments. This is the kind of guy Gary is. Just look at all these comments. Just calling out the hypocrisy of Gary. Gary, what's his name? Gary Mason at the Globe and Mail. This comment section goes on and on and on and on. Wow, absolutely cooked here. And Laura Babcock, yeah, those eyes. Her review was completely expected. As she said, everyone in the world should watch this speech. PM Carney bravely calls out what's really happening geopolitically and shows the path to global prosperity and truth. Thank you, sir. Everyone in the world needs to watch that speech. I would expect nothing less from you, Laura. So yes, folks, I'll end the show by saying this. I'm not okay with any kind of military force or invasion in order to acquire Greenland. I'm totally okay with him buying Greenland. And if these world leaders want to play geopolitics with each other, tariffs here, tariffs there, counter tariffs, go ahead. As long as there's absolutely no bloodshed over this, I'm completely fine. Let this game play out. I'll be much happier that the United States is in Greenland than China or Russia. Like, I can't understand how the left is completely fine with China infiltrating our country with spy cars. And it's just absolutely absurd to me. China is the real threat. And let me make this point one more time. Our country spent 10 years putting tampons in the men's washroom, not investing in our military, not building pipelines. The liberals set us up in this position of weakness, and we can't get mad that sharks are circling around us and we can't defend ourselves because of the last 10 years of this government. My beef is with the liberals, not Donald Trump. I hope that is very clear. Anyways, folks, that's it for today's report. My next video, I'm going to announce the party location and all the names that are coming to my big party. I want to know in the comments, are you guys excited for the party I'm about to throw in Calgary? Are you guys going to watch the live stream? Are you hyped for this as much as I am? Either way, let me know in the comments what you thought about today's episode. If you want to support me, like, comment, share, subscribe. My name is the Pleb, and I'll see you at the next video. Peace.